Lesson 24. What is the truth about angels? Jehovah wants us to learn about his family in heaven. That family includes angels, who are called sons of God. Job 38:7. What does the Bible say about angels? How do they affect people? And are all angels part of God's family? Point 1. Who are the angels? Jehovah created angels before he made the earth. Like him, they are invisible spirits who live in heaven. There are millions of angels, and each one is unique. As Psalm 103:20 says, they carry out Jehovah's word, obeying his voice. In ancient times, Jehovah sometimes sent angels to deliver messages and to support and rescue his people. Today, angels guide Christians to people who want to learn about God. Point 2. Who are Satan and his demons? Some angels did not remain faithful to Jehovah. The first angel who rebelled is the one called Devil and Satan, who is misleading the entire inhabited earth, as revealed at Revelation 12:9. Satan wanted to rule over others, so he influenced the first humans and later even other angels to join his rebellion. Those rebellious angels are called demons. Jehovah had them expelled from heaven to the earth, and they will be destroyed. Revelation 12:9 says, "So down the great dragon was hurled, the original serpent, the one called Devil and Satan, who is misleading the entire inhabited earth. He was hurled down to the earth, and his angels were hurled down with him." Verse 12 says, "On this account be glad, you heavens, and you who reside in them. Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great anger, knowing that he has a short period of time." Point 3. How do Satan and the demons try to mislead us? Satan and the demons mislead many people through demonism or spiritism, which is the bad practice of trying to communicate with spirits. For example, some people consult astrologers, fortune tellers, psychics, and witch doctors. Others seek forms of medical treatment that involve spiritism. People are also tricked into believing that they can speak to the dead. But, as recorded at Leviticus 19:31, Jehovah warns us, do not turn to the spirit mediums, and do not consult fortune tellers. He gives us this warning to protect us from Satan and the demons. They are God's enemies, and they want to harm us.
Dig deeper. Learn about the good things that angels do, the dangers of spiritism, and how we can protect ourselves from Satan and the demons. Point 4. Angels help people to learn about Jehovah. God's angels do not preach directly to people. Instead, they may guide God's worshipers to people who want to learn about him. Revelation 14:6 and 7 says, "And I saw another angel flying in mid-heaven, and he had everlasting good news to declare to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation and tribe and tongue and people. He was saying in a loud voice, 'Fear God and give him glory, because the hour of judgment by him has arrived. So worship the one who made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the springs of water.'" Why do we need help from the angels to preach? Does it encourage you to know that angels can guide you to people who need to hear about the Bible? Why? Point 5. Reject spiritism. Satan and the demons are Jehovah's enemies. They are our enemies too. Luke 9:38-42 says, "And look, a man called out from the crowd, saying, 'Teacher, I beg you to take a look at my son, because he is my only one. And look, a spirit seizes him, and suddenly he cries out, and it throws him into convulsions with foaming at the mouth, and only with difficulty does it leave him after bruising him. I begged your disciples to expel it, but they could not." In response, Jesus said, "O faithless and twisted generation, how long must I continue with you and put up with you? Bring your son over here." But even as he was approaching, the demon hurled him to the ground and violently threw him into a convulsion. However, Jesus rebuked the unclean spirit and healed the boy and gave him back to his father. How do the demons treat people? We do not want to invite the demons into our lives. Deuteronomy 18:10-12 says, "There should not be found in you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, anyone who employs divination, anyone practicing magic, anyone who looks for omens, a sorcerer, anyone binding others with a spell, anyone who consults a spirit medium or a fortune teller, or anyone who inquires of the dead. For whoever does these things is detestable to Jehovah. And on account of these detestable practices, Jehovah your God is driving them away from before you." In what ways do the demons try to influence us and communicate with us? What practices are common where you live? Does it seem reasonable to you that Jehovah forbids spiritistic practices? Why? Listen to the audio for the video, "Oppose the Devil." To find all media for Lesson 24, go to the publication Enjoy Life Forever on jw.org.
Emma and I were so worried about her Bible study, Palesa. She had spent another sleepless night after again hearing her dead grandmother's voice, plus the sound of slamming doors and items crashing in the house. Palesa put an amulet on her baby's wrist for protection, but the terror continued all night long. Of course, it wasn't really her grandmother, and nothing in the house was broken, but the attack was real. Stories about the spirit world weren't new to me. Our neighbors, the people I work with, the people in our territory, almost everyone believes in spirits, whether they admit it or not. No, more than believe, they fear them. I had only been studying the Bible about 6 months longer than Palesa. But my study had proved to me that wicked spirits are here on earth, that they try to interact with people, and that they are dangerous enemies. Emma called the elders for help. She didn't want us to handle the situation on our own. As Emma told the story, I had to speak up and tell the elders that she was leaving things out. But I was surprised when the elders said they didn't need all the details. They explained that while we are aware of the danger that demons pose, we do not spend time talking about their activities. Even Jesus, when he was on earth, could have told his disciples many stories about the doings of wicked spirits, but instead, he focused on Jehovah and his activities. We should do the same, instead of telling stories about what the demons may or may not have done. The elders skillfully used the Bible, shepherding everyone. We read Ephesians 6 verse 11. Put on the complete suit of armor from God, so that you may be able to stand firm against the crafty acts of the devil. Those instructions were so important. A soldier would be vulnerable if he only wore part of his armor, or if he didn't keep it in good repair. Then we read Ephesians 4 verse 27. Do not give the devil an opportunity. The elders explained to Palesa that the string around her daughter's wrist is not part of the armor from God. Instead, it is giving Satan an opportunity to continue to harass the family. The brothers reminded us that anyone who wants Jehovah's protection must completely break free from anything associated with superstition, spiritism, and demon worship. Who would ever choose to side with wicked spirits instead of with Jehovah? Emma reminded Palesa of how urgent the situation was. But only Palesa could decide what she would do. I want to be a loyal servant of Jehovah. That's why I'm getting baptized. I've decided not to listen to or tell any more stories about the demons. But more than that, I needed to look at other parts of my life. Am I doing anything that would give the devil an opportunity? Clearly, there are still changes I need to make.
Do you think that the amulet worn by Pelesa's daughter was harmful? Why? What did Palesa need to do to be protected from the demons? Real Christians have always opposed the demons. Acts 19:19 says, "Indeed, quite a number of those who practiced magical arts brought their books together and burned them up before everybody. And they calculated their value and found them worth 50,000 pieces of silver." 1 Corinthians 10:21 says, "You cannot be drinking the cup of Jehovah and the cup of demons. You cannot be partaking of the table of Jehovah and the table of demons." Why is it important to destroy anything you have that is connected with Spiritism? Point 6. Win the fight against Satan and his demons. The demons are ruled by Satan, but the faithful angels are directed by the Archangel Michael, which is another name for Jesus. How powerful is Michael? Revelation 12:7-9 says, "And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels battled with the dragon, and the dragon and its angels battled, but they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them any longer in heaven. So down the great dragon was hurled, the original serpent, the one called Devil and Satan, who is misleading the entire inhabited earth. He was hurled down to the earth, and his angels were hurled down with him." Who is more powerful, Michael and his angels, or Satan and his demons? Do you think that Jesus' followers need to be afraid of Satan and his demons? You can win the fight against Satan and his demons. James 4:7 says, "Therefore, subject yourselves to God, but oppose the devil, and he will flee from you." How can you protect yourself from Satan and the demons? Some people say,
There's nothing wrong with playing games or watching movies about spiritism. It's just for fun.
why is that viewpoint dangerous?
Summary. Faithful angels help us. Satan and his demons are Jehovah's enemies, and they use spiritism to mislead people. Review. How are Jehovah's angels helping people to learn about him? Who are Satan and his demons? Why do you want to stay clear of spiritism? Goal. Consider whether any objects you have may be related to spiritism, and pray for wisdom to decide what to do with them. Set other goals.
Explore. Look at the evidence that Jesus is the Archangel Michael. Read the web article, "Who is the Archangel Michael?" Consider proof that the devil is not just a principle or quality of evil inside us. Read the web article, Is the Devil Real? See how a woman broke free from demonic influences. Read, She Found a Purpose in Life, in the Watchtower, July 1st, 1993. Learn how Satan uses spiritism to fool people. Read, The Truth About Magic, Sorcery, and Witchcraft, in The Road to Everlasting Life, Part 5. End of Lesson 24.